How's it going, everyone? My name is Trev Barnes, and today I thought I'd do something a little different. I was just surfing the web, as one does, and I found this plugin that I have been wanting to get for a while, and it's free right now. So I thought I would showcase it here as like a free Plugin Friday type video. There's gonna be a quick overview of the plugin itself and why you should get it while it lasts. So the plugin that we're gonna be looking at is Tape Mellow-Fi by Arturia. I've seen other people do demos of this plugin, and it is by far one of my favorite lo-fi degrade sound, tape saturation, whatever plugins that I've seen in a long while. So on Arturia's site, they say that Arturia says Tape Mellow-Fi is an easy-to-use plugin that brings instant chill atmosphere and vintage tape-aged warmth to any sound. Use its straightforward preamp, modulation, and filter output sections to sprinkle sublime lo-fi vibes over any sounds. So as you can see, normally this plugin is $100, but if you go here to audio plugin deals, link will be in the description as well, not sponsored, you can get it for free. Now, as you can see, as I'm recording this video Friday morning at 9 o'clock, there's only a couple days left that you can get it, so you better get it while it lasts. And honestly, cruising this website, I recommend just checking it out because they do have a good bit of deals every week. Go check it out, audioplugin.deals. Let me know what you find, but let's get to the plugin. So as you can see, there's not too many controls in here, which if you watch my videos, you know that I don't like too many controls on something. You have essentially 4 different sections here. The first is your preamp. You have a drive, which just saturates the tone. And if you click this button in, it actually is kind of like a push, and it just drives it into more of a distorted territory. You have a tone, which you do have to click it on for it to work. But what I believe the tone is, and I could be wrong about this, but just from what it sounds like it does, it sounds like it puts on a high and low pass. And as you adjust the tone, you're just adjusting where that high and low pass is. That's what it sounds like. I could be wrong. And then you have a noise, which is pretty standard on tape plugins. So the next section is actually your tape section. So the flutter applies a fast tape variation, which what that means is when it's kind of pushed a little, it does exactly what it sounds like it does. It flutters. You have wow, which is kind of a wave that goes through it, just changes the pitch. You have wear, which actually just degrades the signal itself. So the more wear that you put up, the more shitty it sounds. And you have mechanics, which is just another kind of noise aspect to it. But I'll show you what it sounds like in a second because it's actually a very, very interesting sound. So this next section is a tape slowdown, which you can set your speed, how long the slowdown will last. It could be as quick as a 1/4 bar and as long as 8 bar. But to activate that, you just press that button. You have a master filter, which just controls your low pass and your high pass. And lastly, you have an output. So Mellow-Fi comes with 24 different presets that you can choose from. If you don't really know where to start, you can kind of just sort through these and hear how they sound. So let's go ahead and put this on a few things just so you can hear what the plugin actually does. All right, so I found this loop in Logic called the Warm Fireside Acoustic Piano. I just put a little VMR on it just to really boost the output because it was a little quiet. So this is what this loop sounds like. It's very warm, very calm. So right away, the default is lo-fi quiver, and it just puts a little bit of saturation, a little bit of flutter, kind of a little bit of everything. So this is what it sounds like, the default. So just to compare, this is it without it. With it. So there's already a little bit of harmonic saturation. So let's go ahead and play around with some of the knobs. So if we turn the noise up, it's a great feature there. So the mechanics knob that I was mentioning, if we turn that up, it's a very interesting sound. Let's go ahead and play around with tone. Now let's play with the drive. So definitely distorts it a good bit. Now if we put in this button, that just completely degrades it. All right, now let's play with the flutter. So this is with no flutter. Let's go ahead and slowly bring that in. Bring it back a little. All right, let's play with the wow. So this is it without it. Let's go ahead and bring it in. All right, now I'm going to show you what this tape slowdown feature is. So if we just let it play and then hit it, bring it back. So that's on 1 bar. Let's hear it very quickly. All right, so now let's mess with the filter. So that's nice if you just want to do a quick little high pass or a quick low pass. And the difference between this filter and this tone, because essentially they're kind of doing the same thing. This is a master filter. So whereas the tone doesn't necessarily affect the noise and the mechanics, the filter does. So without the plugin, our piano sounds like this. And with it, this specific lo-fi tape plugin is different than everything and anything that I've owned. I think the closest plugin that I have to it would be Vinyl by Isotope, which is another free plugin. We'll do a whole other video on that one. But it doesn't necessarily have all the features that Tape Mellow-Fi has. However, there are a lot of similar features. Like they both have a wear, they both have a cool spin down feature. Isotope's warp is the same thing as Arturia's wow. And the years on vinyl kind of are the same thing as filter. Overall, I think I like this plugin better. So let's go ahead and find a drum loop and put this plugin on some drums. All right, so I found this drum loop called Bone Dry Break 2 in Logic's loop library. Sounds like this. So it's very boom bap. So let's go ahead and put the Mellow-Fi plugin on that. And this is what it sounds like right out the gate. So let's see what happens when we just drive it a good bit. So this is what it sounds like without the changes we made. And this is with. Let's go ahead and go through some of these presets. So this is the first one. This is the 1920 preset. I imagine that it's going to take all the highs and lows out of everything. Let's go to the next one. This is analog tape. Next one. This is crappy radio. Ooh, I like this one. Okay, so this preset actually did something that I had no idea about. So there's a button down here, and I can't believe I missed this. called Stereo Width. And this is what it sounds like without it. And with it. Wow. While watching this demo, it's probably best to wear headphones or listen on studio monitors, because if you're listening on your phone, you probably won't be able to hear that difference. What this plugin itself describes is what this is doing is slightly offsets the left and right wow and flutter rates to widen the stereo image. And wow, does it do that. So, with that being said, what happens if we adjust the flutter? Bring that all the way down. Interesting. So when we bring both of those all the way down, nothing happens. The stereo image only happens with the flutter and wow. That's so interesting. So let's bring it in. So just that little adjustment in your left ear. If we bring this up. Wow. I love when plugin makers make these little tiny features that kind of set the plugin apart from other plugins that do the same thing. That is really neat. That is really interesting. All right, so last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find an acoustic guitar and we're just gonna do the same thing. So without the plugin, this is what the guitar sounds like. And with it, so as I was going through the different templates that they have, I found this one called Subtle Width, which again does the stereo width feature, but it does it very subtly. But the neat thing about this preset specifically is it shows that the plugin just doesn't do the distorted, shitty, saturated, lo-fi type thing. If you're wanting to use this for stereo tools, you absolutely can, because there's nothing necessarily degrading about the sound that this is putting out right now. You don't need to use these tools. You don't need to use them for their intended purpose. Sometimes you can go a little beyond of what the plugin is capable of or what it's supposed to be meant for. And in this case, it's just using width. So this is it without it. It's very clean. And you put it on. And it's just different. There's subtle things that you can do to your mix when you're trying to find the right pieces to the puzzle that just make it more interesting. And something like this is exactly that. But honestly, I am so beyond impressed with this. The fact that I got it for free when it's usually $100, there shouldn't be anything that's stopping you from getting it right now. Tape Mellow-Fi, Arturia, amazing plugin. Go get it. Thank you guys so much for checking out this plugin demo and review. I don't really have a professional background in demoing or reviewing things. If there's features that I didn't go over, I'm sorry. I hope that I could come at it from like a practical stance. I just want to show you guys how I think I would use it. But remember, you can do whatever you want with these things. There's not a right or wrong way to do something. So download it. Go be creative, tag me in whatever you make with it so I can hear how you use it. But if you like the video, please subscribe. A large majority of you who watch these videos aren't actually subscribed, so it would mean the world to me if you did. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.